Hey guys, it's Chelsea Messenger with Picks and Parlays. Playoff hockey is here, and you know we've got some action on it. If you like our content, we'd really appreciate it if you give us a like, share our stuff, and if you want a notification every time we post a new video, hit the bell. We've got Nick from the Insider's Room to talk Bruins Lightning. The Bruins are up 1-0 in this series after taking the first one 3-2. It's a pick 'em, how I see it, and it's the total is 5.5 goals. All right, so what's the play we're looking at in this one?
Well, I had a client play on the Bruins in game one. I'm coming off a big weekend. I went 3-0 in the NHL over the weekend. That included a plus 150 underdog winner on the Stars. But in that game one, I thought that David Pastrnak, he was going to, he would be a difference maker. He returned to the Bruins lineup in game five versus the Hurricanes, and he made an immediate impact. He had 2 assists in that one. Wouldn't you know it? Pastrnak, he had a goal and an assist in the game one versus the Lightning as well. And so for all of our fans watching who may not know hockey as well as they do the NBA, say, Pastrnak, he reminds me a lot of Steve Nash as a player in that he makes all of his other teammates around him better. So game one, it went under the number. It was a 3-2 win for Boston. For the most part, Boston controlled and dictated the tempo of the game. The Lightning did get a late goal. That was in the final minute to push it to 3-2. And they were able to put enough pressure on the Bruins that Boston wasn't able to get that empty net goal and push the total over that number. But I don't think game two is going to be nearly so defensive. So I'd like the over in this game. And that's mainly because I think that Tampa got a lot stronger as game one went on. And of course, now they're really going to have to get out and push the pace here to try to get the momentum back in their corner. They want to avoid that 0-2 hole. I think if we're going to look at the goaltenders for a second, I think the goaltenders, they're a wash in this series. The starters and backups in net they're all super accomplished. And really, it's about the system in front of them. So for me, the goaltenders, yeah, they're a wash. But here's a strong trend, which I think is very applicable to this situation. And I do like my trends. And so I don't always follow them, but these are good ones here. And they support my play on the over. It's that Tampa has seen the total go over the number in 8 of its last 11 versus a club after a 1-goal loss in which the game total stayed under the number. And so I definitely expect that strong trend to continue here. The Lightning, as I mentioned off the top, they have to get out and push the pace in this one from the start. And that will also leave them susceptible on the back end to the opportunistic Bruins. So yeah, game one went under, but in my opinion, everything points to a higher scoring game two.
It was a little surprising to me that you mentioned Steve Nash and not like LeBron. Is it because he's a fellow Canadian?
I played against Steve Nash growing up here in Victoria. I'm from Victoria.
Oh,
And so when
wow.
I went to high school, he was at St. Michael's University, and I played directly against him for like 5 years. There was also a night league in which I played against him.
Well, that's a fun fact. You always learn something interesting on our little game previews. As always, thanks for the insight and the fun little tidbits about Steve Nash. That's going to do it for Bruins Lightning Talk on Picks and Parlays.